everybody. Welcome to the last demo day of 2025 for KP Ready Co. We have a jam-packed day of different technology platforms across the building lifecycle. And so we've got 6 presenters today. We'll do about 10 minutes each. And then any questions you have on each of the different platforms that's being presented today, feel free to drop any questions you have in the Q&A section. And we'll go ahead and get those answered after each presenter is ready or is finished with their product. We just had our successful Vibathon and AEC Summit this week in Phoenix, Arizona. It was great to see everybody out there, and the engagement was incredible. We will be announcing some things on our Q1 event for 2026 on January 13th. That will be in San Francisco, California. So keep an eye out for announcements on that, as well as our other quarterly events that will be coming up for the 2026 year. So to get things kicked off, we're going to start with Join. So Jim and Jake, if you want to go ahead and take the screen and showcase your product.
Thanks, David. Thanks, everybody. I've got my colleague Jake here with me, who's going to be doing a little demo, and I'd be happy to tailor this. We originally wanted to tailor this a little more to the owner segment. That's a growing area of interest in the Join platform, but we do sell primarily to general contractors at this point in time. So I'll turn it over to Jake and let him show you Join, and then looking forward to questions from everybody.
Sounds good. Thanks. Thank you all for taking the time to meet today. So Join is the pre-construction and design phase management platform for the construction industry. As Jim mentioned, we primarily work with general contractors today, but through the experience that owners have had with our products on projects, we have got increasing inbound interest for ways that owners can incorporate our tools into their internal workflows. So we're going to touch on a little bit of that, both of those things today as we're going through the product at a high level. Just in terms of efficiency gains and where customers are seeing value today, I'll touch on that very briefly. By leveraging Join on projects and within internal workflows, our customers are finding that this is helping them to spend less time in meetings, less time preparing for those meetings, and they're making decisions faster. And those decisions are actually sticking on their projects as they go through these iterations of cost and design. Making these decisions with confidence, having the data and full information to back that up has been a really big difference maker for their projects. And lastly, as Jim mentioned, just circling back to some of our customers today, we work with about 150 general contractors across the United States and North America, many of the largest GCs in the country, using us primarily on their negotiated fee projects across a wide range of industries, but all within the vertical construction markets. Anything I missed there, Jim, before I get to the product?
Let's go.
Sounds good. All right, so as we're going through the product here, I'm going to go through 2 different experiences. The first is our benchmarking product. That's what we're going to start with here. And that's a way for our customers to leverage their historical project cost data for more effective early project cost modeling and conceptual estimating purposes. So as part of an implementation process, we help our customers upload a historical project cost database. This can be anywhere from hundreds to thousands of projects based upon their business. Uploading a significant number of projects to be able to inform this process as they go forward. Then as we continue through the usage of Join on projects, this database naturally updates and feeds itself with a very rich data set to be able to continue to leverage that project cost data on a move forward basis. So you can see on this screen, I have a handful of pre-built reports. If you're working in a handful of verticals, whether that's healthcare, education, pharmaceuticals, residential, et cetera, you can pre-bake a handful of reports to give you a starting point based upon project type and need. But for our purposes here, I'm going to create a new project. So we'll come over here to our filters on the right-hand side. Sorry, I got to collapse my Zoom window here. Come over to our filters here on the right-hand side. Sort by project type. These are entirely defined by our customers. So once again, if folks are working in specific verticals, you can define these as necessary. We'll go ahead and search for some multifamily projects for our demo, though. pull up a few projects. We'll go through and select some. Let's take this one here and just try to get a couple different locations. So we'll run our report to start. This is just pulling in my project cost data and some metadata up top to start. And the first thing that we're going to do is select our cost categories. So much like the project categorization, these cost categories are defined by our customers, so they reflect the cost codes that they're using on their projects. My demo data supports master format, so that's what we're going to do here. So we're going to pull in our master format data. You can see all of my estimate information below. The red and the green is identifying highs and lows within these estimates across the project, so helping you to identify outliers very quickly. Then we'll start our comparison average, and it's going to ask me to set a location. So we'll do this in Chicago. And we're going to apply a metric to this project then to take the averages and multiply that to get our initial estimate. So I'm using cost per gross square foot. Once again, this is defined by our customers based on project type. It may be net rentable square feet, cost per key, cost per bed, etc. But for our purpose here, we'll apply this to 200,000 square feet, and you can see it gets us set up to $42.5 million for our estimate on this project. Of course, we're not just pulling raw averages from previous projects. We need to adjust those numbers based upon location and market conditions, etc. So on top of that, we'll apply an escalation. As we said, Chicago. We'll pull that forward, and then a time escalation, because as we all know, the cost from 5 years ago is not where we are today. And then we can apply a future escalation number to this as well. So our 42.5 million very quickly changes to just shy of 52 as we apply these various escalations. And you can edit all these numbers individually below if you have, particular changes in finishes, skin systems, windows, etc. You can make all those changes here on the bottom, and then it will have a marker to note that that's been changed, and you can add a description. So a very quick way to be able to put together a high-level conceptual estimate on projects. This is a process that is taking our customers hours or days for particularly large projects. I just had a conversation earlier this week with someone that spent about, I think they said 16 hours putting together a conceptual estimate for a large project as they were going through their capital planning process. And you can see very quick to select a few projects and put that together and join. We have some visualizations of data on top as well. And you can always filter down these results. So, if we want to go by space type, whether that's, surgical rooms or common areas or whatever the case may be, you can filter this down and get pretty granular with the data to be able to pull together information from different projects and bring that into a job to quickly get an accurate conceptual estimate on a project. So that's our first piece here. This is the tool that we're really finding is getting a lot of traction in the owner market. We have broad adoption of this product across our general contractor base as well. And really just making sure that we're helping to expedite some of that early project evaluation on cost evaluation on jobs. The second piece here is the project level experience and join. And this is where a lot of our general contracting customers are working through the pre-construction and design process with the team. So getting from sort of that initial conceptual estimate to a point where we're confident in the design documents and cost and ready to get shovels in the ground. Join is a tool for running all the various decisions that need to be made throughout those phases of a project, running the decisions through our platform and working with the team as you're evaluating different substitutions, alternates, cost deducts, etc. So we can see we start off a particular milestone with our estimate. We've got our target budget. Our project estimate is moving around as we make decisions, so we can track a live estimate on this project and see potential highs and lows of where the project may go based on outstanding decisions. So in one visual here, we have an understanding of where did we start, where do we need to get, where are we today, and where can our project potentially go based on the decisions that are made. All of those decisions are tracked and managed here on the Items tab. You can have simple either/or decisions, build these up as contingent options, or further package them together as scenarios to be able to evaluate paths forward with the pluses and minuses of all the impacts that they will have on the project. That is a lightning round for Join. We have additional functionality around risk registers, timeline, extensive reporting capabilities. But I want to stop there, see if Jim has anything else or some questions from the group.
Just one point of clarification. Tim asked if we could use RSMeans data, and Jake actually did that in the benchmarking module when he leveled up the numbers between different locations and different points in time.
Yes, the escalation is based off of an RSMeans database that's updated quarterly.
Well, great. As a real quick overview of a somewhat complex or capable system, where are you, just maybe for future looking so people can understand where you guys are looking to take Join. Is there anything that you guys are working on that you'd like to let people know, like what's coming in the future, or just refinement of the current product?
So I'll take a first stab at that. We continue to build out functionality that helps project teams stay better, ensure better collaboration early on by really addressing some of the design phase management challenges that owners tend to face and understanding the complexity of the decisions they have to make. That's part of our roadmap going forward. Coming very shortly, we're about to release an MCP server that allows people to talk to allow agentic workflow to talk to our APIs in a much more integrated way with some of the systems they want to connect to internally. So there's a lot of interesting things going on with Join, and as you mentioned, it's a fairly mature platform at this point. A lot of different areas of functionality that we continue to refine and enhance based on customer feedback.
Very good. Well, thank you both for showing our audience your product. So again, this was the last demo day of 2025. I appreciate everybody joining. As a reminder, we'll be announcing our Q1 event on January 13th in San Francisco coming up. So it'd be great to have you out there. If you're not following us or everybody on this panel, please go do so at LinkedIn to stay up to date with where these technologies are evolving to. Any other questions, or if you have any questions about demo days in the future, feel free to reach out to me directly and I'll be happy to answer anything you have. So with that, we'll wrap up 2025 with this fantastic panel of presenters. And I look forward to seeing everybody in 2026 when we'll restart our demo days on the last Friday of each month at 12 p.m. Eastern Time. So thanks again to our panelists, and thank you to the audience for watching all this cool stuff that's coming out into our industry.